Has he got it? Oh, he's got it. Big ass bluegill. Interesting. How in the heck, buddy, did you eat a fluke? Welcome to the channel, folks. Today I'm at Baw Beese Lake here in Hillsdale, Michigan. It's been a couple years since I've fished here, but what I remember is there's some deeper weed beds, and I'm hoping with all the hot summer temperatures that's where the fish are sitting today. I started off with this weedless fluke up in some shallow lily pads and weeds where I caught that bluegill on it, which is kind of weird, but hoping to find some bass today, like I said, in those deeper weed beds or maybe some shallow docks and structure. Probably have to switch to a worm at some point, but we'll see. Beautiful day, beautiful clear water, and plenty of lake to explore, so let's go fishing with T-ravis. Look at them pipes from the water plant. Damn. Them are big, and there's a little bass sitting down on them. Tiny little bass following my bait. I wonder if there's any other bass sitting on them somewhere. I mean, it's a pretty decent structure. Alright, just thought I was hooked on weeds. Did not realize fish had popped it. Easy, buddy. I want to let... There, you let yourself go. Bye. I have seen a ton of shad and little bass swimming up on these shallow weeds right next to the big drop-offs, but I just have not been able to get or see any bigger fish. So really just trying to figure out where they're at. Decided to go with, similar to the fluke, a bass swim bait, cover a little more ground, work a little faster. Just testing right on the drop-offs. Got in some weeds there. But just working it right on the drop-offs. See if we get any action or if we're gonna slow down. And he just smacked it. That was cool. I watched him from like 20 feet away at the weed line just pop it. Nicer bass there. Okay, maybe not that much nicer, but biggest fish of the day. So what I like about this, kind of got a jig head with the swim bait body. You can work it slow and kind of drop it up and down between the weeds, or you can also run it in fast when you hit some open water or shallower water. All right, mid-lake drop off. Been seeing a bunch of shad jumping, some fish boiling up, so maybe there's something popping out here. Tiny one following it. Oh, all right, he's taking drag, so I don't know. Either my drag's messed up or this is a solid fish. Drag's definitely lower than it needs to be. Come here, bud. There we go. That's a bass. Now, is this a school? I don't know. So far, I've just found some spread out bass on various structure, but not a school. Oh, I thought it was bluegill, but that's a rock bassy. I thought it was another bluegill, which I thought was going to be weird. But nothing wrong with the rock bassy. Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Oh, just tiny bass. Alright folks, so I've had some decent success on those deep drop-offs with the weed lines. Caught a few, caught one nice bass, but kind of haven't caught anything here in a little bit. And so I'm going to move from this main basin down to the end, third, fourth lake, because last time I don't think I got to explore them, and I'm interested what's over there. So we'll head in that way. Alright, about to go over to fourth lake, but we got a little bassy off the lily pads. They're always so feisty with such small lips. Alright, I definitely do remember coming down this far before. More of a normal bowl-shaped lake where it's deep in the middle, shallow on the edges with weeds. Where the main lake's a little more of a flat basin where there, you know, weed beds and shallow flats kind of pop up in the middle of the lake. We'll see if anything's biting over here though. Switched up baits to a more shad color since I've seen a ton of them today. And there's not as many weeds, so I kind of wanted to run a little bit of a crankbait, jerk crankbait type thing. And second cast, ow, of course he hooked me right in the finger. Second cast, this guy comes up and he smokes it. Thanks, bud. Berkley flicker minnow in shad color. This should dive to about 6 to 10 feet. It should really cover some good water, and I think get it in a good depth for these fish. Beautiful drop off. But when there's no life on it, you gotta keep moving. Hitting this weed line. Big bass. He's not huge, but he's decent. Second best fish of the day. Woo. Easy, bud. Yep, just cranking down these lily pads, and he smoked it. My buddy. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up part one of my time at Baw Beese Lake, summer fishing in the kayak. As you can tell, the moving baits and shad and bass color really got some nice reaction strikes going, but stay tuned for part two where I slow it down with a worm and really get on some fish. So I hope you enjoyed fishing with T-ravis.